topic in today. That is, you might have attended many AI interviews and trying to screen not to waste the recruiter's time or the interviewer's time. So you first attend some AI interviews and then they get to understand what you are, and then they set up the actual round of interview. Not to cut down the time because lot of requests coming in, a lot of applications coming in. So we have to be smart enough to understand how is the trend going to be and what exactly we have to learn to outstand our profile and get shortlisted and get into a position. So if you look at, I'll come back to the roadmap, but if you look at, there is the job position. This is the AI job position. And today, since we are focused into AI, so I'm taking an example of a job position. So let's understand this is a AA job position. Okay. So n number of people would apply for the same position. Correct? So n number of people applying for the same position is one of the dimension where this job posted by a recruiter looking into. Okay. Here is a recruiter. Okay. Who is going to look into these profiles. Now, screening n number of profiles is a bigger task for a recruiter. So, for example, if you look at 1,000 profiles here, 1,000 plus profiles. Today, we are seeing within no longer time, if the job position got posted, in a very short period of time, you see 1,000 plus applications, and they say that maximum applications reached. So now there is a huge time to spend on each profile to screen and shortlist at least a top 10 resumes, right? So top 10 resumes, if a recruiter wants to screen them, then he is also using an AI application. Okay, an AI application which can fetch outstanding profiles. Really don't know what is he going to screen or what kind of uh, the AI tool going to do. But all we know is we'll try to put some keywords and all the stuff to get the profile shortlisted. So that's one of the dimension that we know while we are applying the jobs. So there could be another dimension where what are your contributions, open source contributions, and if you have any research contributions or something that could add on to your profile. But other than that, if you look at your resume should be very impressive or you should have a portfolio built either to showcase your projects. When you try to showcase your projects today in the world of AI, so you got many tools like Cloud Code and all the tools. So if you can build a good portfolio that can easily make a recruiter understand what you are instead of skimming through the resume, so that will definitely outstand your profile, right? Now you have your open source contributions plus portfolio. You have some portfolio. So now, other than this, there could be another dimension. How quick you are in applying for this position. The quick that you act on that position, you will have higher chances to get shortlisted. So today you have some kind of ideology where you want to crack an interview, and tomorrow you are a bit lazy or you are a bit late in the race to apply for that position. Then this position is no longer available for you. So you should be very fast, quick, and you got many AI tools. People are doing automation to apply for the jobs at the same time. So you should be very quick enough to apply for the job. That's one thing. And if you got shortlisted, for example, you cooked up your resume, you got many open source availability to cook up your resume, and you are ready now. You got an interview call. Then you got an interview call and you got scheduled. Okay, you got scheduled. Then how better you are for this interview call. So, what is your preparation strategy? What do you know about that particular job position? How can you convey your skills correctly during the interview? Are you capable enough to answer all the questions, including coding questions? Or you have to learn over the night, which is which is very tough, right? So you have to have that kind of mindset every day until and unless you secure your position and you stabilize your position. So this is a this is another dimension. So if you keep on looking at it, once you schedule an interview call, you have n number of dimensions where recruiter is trying to look into. After scheduling a call, you have a progressive way of preparing for the interview. Once you start correctly, consistently applying for the jobs, along with that, you have some consistency in in preparing for that particular positions of related to AI. So there are a number of dimensions where you need to look into what skills you have to prepare and how do you present yourself in the interview. So these are definitely the it's a consistent and progressive way. Though you apply for the jobs, these are two parallel things that you have to take care. One is preparing for the interview, one is applying for the job. So whether you are getting a call or you're not getting a call, it's a different strategy again. So you wait for a week and you see no calls, uh, then you try to prepare your resume. Give me a second, guys. I lost my network. Give me 2 minutes. Okay.
No, no, the mentor having some network issue. Please be patient for 2 minutes. You'll be rejoining. Yeah, give us like few minutes. Yeah, it will be very good session. I see like he come up with a very good plan. So please be patient. Abhinav, are you on? I've
Yes,
been
I'm on.
yeah,
I'm on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Mhm.
ahead.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay. So, so we have two parallel things. One
Can
is,
you increase the font a little bit? That is one of the feedback. Yeah.
okay, sure. So, is it okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So there are two things that we need to consider parallelly. One is applying for the job consistently. Okay. So you cannot get demotivated by yourself. Though you are getting demotivated, have a good person along with you who can keep you motivated in applying the jobs. Okay. There should be always someone who is always trying to motivate you, a good person, who is also trying in a same way not to we should not get demotivated if we are not getting calls. If we are not getting calls or interview calls, we have to think what we have to do to get a call. Okay, instead of stop applying. So this is one of the ways. And parallelly, you have to have your preparation plan, interview preparation plan. You cannot stop your interview preparation. Okay. So, to prepare an interview, what strategy you have to follow? We will look into that in detail. Depends on the position, what kind of position it is, what level of position it is. You keep on trying for the interview. You keep on preparing for the interviews. But these are the two parallel things that you need to take care. Now, there is a third strategy. What you have to do if you are not getting your interview calls. So, how frequently are you updating your resume? So today you are having a resume, and over a month you have seen that you are not getting calls. Okay, and you are getting one or two calls in a week. That means hardly you are getting 6 to 8 calls in a month. That means your resume is not flying properly. Uh, your resume is not impressed by the recruiters who are calling you. Maybe there are less number of positions where they are looking for the skills which are present in your resume. So you should have your resume with good number of skills, having good keywords, and you should be aware of those keywords. What way did you utilize in your project? Maybe it could be a dummy project, or maybe you're building your portfolio. But the thing is, how how impressively you are expressing your skills during the interview will always matter, and to showcase your skill correctly with respect to the question asked by the interviewer will definitely matter to get a shortlist or to crack a position. Now, all we are talking about to schedule a call of first round. Once you are moved to the second round, then level of screening would be a bit difficult. Then from first round to the second round, it could be a third round, or in the second round, you might have cracked the position. So definitely the continuous preparation of an interview and how do you prepare for an interview will always matter. Now, what we have learned, uh, applying for the jobs, okay, no matter what, do not do any research work while applying for the jobs. Just keep, if you find something related to AI position, start applying. Do not look into the details whether you get for a position or not. Though you get a interview round, that will add your experience how to crack the interviews. So you should have that kind of strategy in your mind. Okay. So this is This is the way that you have to take a look and keep all the three things what we have discussed in your day-to-day task. Do not give uh, wait time for the position. 9 to 5 p.m. if you are in US time zone. So definitely I would really appreciate if you start at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. EST. This is your prime time. You should not give any kind of leisure in between in job applications. This is if you are in US time zone. Okay. So the competition is very high. If you are late for a for 5 minutes or 10 minutes um, before applying for a job, if you are late for 5 to 10 minutes also, people are using some AI tools to get submitted for their application for their using their resumes, and AI will keep on updating as per the JD and will update and they will upload the resume. So in a hour, if there are for an application, if there are 10,000, if there are 1,000 plus resumes submitted, and in a hour, and you are delayed by a hour, then your position is no longer available for you. So do not think that, do not assume that unless and until they close the position, they keep on reviewing the profiles. Do not assume like that. So if they are saturated with top 10, they will not review the next profile because they found all they are hiring is one or two candidates, right? So out of 10, if they, how long, if you think in a recruiter perspective, so hiring is very difficult for them. So they schedule 10 interviews, 10 initial rounds for 10 people, and out of which one person will be a good fit for the position, and they will go with that guy, right? So you should be the one person. So think in the direction. Do not look into the position and do not do any research work while applying for the jobs. Okay. All you have to update your resume and apply it. That's what you have to do. Now coming on to what what is the strategy? How can you be yourself consistent over the period of job application? Definitely, there is no wait time. Um, in a month or 2 months, you have to have a complete knowledge. Okay, at least you should aware what exactly it is doing. At least you should be able to build some POC and able to understand and scale the POC to the maximum audience. How can they, how can you express during the interviewer question, and how can you relate to your project? For example, if you are working on a POC, okay, it could be any POC. It doesn't matter. It could be of any domain. Okay, domain knowledge is definitely important. But um, for example, try to understand what are the highest number of job positions you have. Is it more into finance or more into health, or what kind of position? Is it customers sales? What kind of AI positions you are seeing in a huge number? Try to have those skill set present in your resume. If it is into finance, have a finance. If it is into health, if you're looking for health, have it into health. Okay. So try to come up with that kind of strategy. Okay. And if you are good to understand um, all the service providers like AWS, Azure, plus GCP, plus Databricks. Okay, maybe a different service provider, but but whatever the service that we are utilizing could be with a different name, but the action or the way we utilize the service is the same for all the service. So do not think, oh, this is AWS, this is Azure, this is GCP, which I am not aware. So do not assume yourself like that. Have a small uh, Word document or use ChatGPT to get the minimal information what services you can use in your project and have some note points on those services so that you initially ready and understand what is that service doing exactly. So this is a way you have to prepare a notes, a small notes that is always in your mind, key notes, okay, with respect to the services. Why? Because it's very tough. Because we know we we do not keep on having our day-to-day activities on services, but at least we are aware of the service. Now you are working on a POC. Now there is an interviewer question asked on that, but on what is LLM or how can you improve your vector embedding something, some kind of question. Now you have already performed a POC. If you are not having any POC in your mind, or if you did not perform any POC in your local, then it is difficult to ask or difficult to answer what exactly he is looking for, what exactly the interviewer is looking for. So it definitely you should work on a POC and see how it gets vectorized, a textual information. What are the chunking strategies? How can I do a different chunking strategy and have some kind of innovative thought or logic, a different logic to implement a different methodology using the vector embeddings, using especially RAG pipeline. So this way you can correlate and answer the interviewer's question correctly or mostly relevant to his question. So that way he'll come to know that maybe not everybody would be an expert. Everybody or somehow the other way, few people might have knowledge what it is doing, but still they are in learning phase. In an IT industry, there is no expert. Okay. So everybody learn on day-to-day basis. There is no expert in an IT industry. So we should have an open mind to learn at the same time. So definitely somebody who is trying to do the interview will have an open mind to listen to you. So you should have that kind of mindset and the way when you explain or correlate what you have did to his question using your POC, and you can scale the POC using some chat GPT and understand its different dimensions. How can you answer and prepare some keynotes as per. So today you got some interview and you got some set of questions. So relate to your POC and get a number of questions related to the same job description what you have applied for, and get some questions, maybe 10 questions. And for these 10 questions, prepare some notes. Okay, prepare some keynotes. You need not have a paragraph of informations. Just have 3 to 4 lines which can justify the question. That should be fine. So these 3 to 4 lines, if you are able to remember, and going forward, today you have one interview. Okay. Today you might have one interview. Tomorrow you might get, in a sequence, you might get 3 to 4 interviews. Okay. When you get in a sequence of 3 to 4 interview calls, these questions would repeat. Okay. These questions would repeat going forward. So one fine day, you see that these questions are keep getting repeated. Okay. What is improving in day to day? The lines that you have prepared. Okay. In one interview, you're trying to answer these 3 to 4 lines. You may fumble up. And the next interview, you might be more clear. Then the third interview, you will not look into these lines, but you will be able to answer it correctly. In the fourth interview, you will be perfect in answering these 10 questions. Then you change your strategy and improve yourself in a progressive way. So, the key point, what I was trying to tell you here is when you perform a POC, when you are in initial stage, you will have lot of confusion, but you should not stop applying for your jobs. Okay. When you get an interview round, you will have one set of interview questions. Then you keep on increasing how to answer, how to convince, how to make it better way of expressing your answer to the relevant question that is asked by interviewer. So you see, this is a continuous process. This is a cycle. Okay, this is a cycle of applying, updating your resume, preparing for the interview, updating your resume with your whatever the work that you have did, and you apply for the jobs. Okay, so this is a continuous process. There is no change in this process. Okay, so and simultaneously you need to look into the services, what service providers are doing, and what are the services available. If you are especially working on AI, what services can be utilized, if it is Azure, if it is AWS, if it is GCP, if it is Databricks. So this is how the minimal preparation strategy should be for somebody who is trying for AI jobs. Okay. So now let's come to a roadmap, how and what can be done. Okay. And how consistently we have to have to while we are preparing for jobs. Okay. So after that, I'll also have a small streamlit demo. So you see here, I prepared some week-wise strategy what you could do, but you need not follow the same because there is no wait time, and we have to have we hardly have months time, maybe 1 month, not more than 2 months. Okay, there is no wait time for a job, right? So you can't wait for months together to crack a job. Then you keep learning. That is not the way. Every though you step into an organization, you still have flexibility to learn. So that's how the because the industries keep on IT industry is nothing but a developing industry, right? So today there is one technology, tomorrow you see a different technology. So you keep on learning. So to crack an interview, 1 to 2 months is more than enough. You need not to spend months of time together. So 1 to 2 months is more than enough. Then what we have to do? Okay, I spreaded this in weeks time. Maybe people would have a good elaborated information, but you can concise this. Okay, so the very first thing, if you look at a very high level, okay, so you have foundations is something that you need to look into. What is AI foundations? What is build a first application, LLM application, and how could you build that first LLM application? And what are the necessary details required for an LLM application? So you have to see those areas. So, for example, if you look at week one, in week one, try to understand what is prompt engineering, what is the basics of an LLM. So, what is a token? What is a context window? What are the parameters that you can use while you are trying to use an API, LLM API? These are the fundamental things that you have to know when you are using LLM. Okay. So, all we are talking about is an API that you are calling LLM. Okay. Then, for this token, there is something called transformers and architecture. Okay, do not do any rocket science. Just understand the mechanism of a transformer, how it works, an LLM, how it works. That should be fine. Why? The reason is, as you go deep dive in one area, then you keep spending your time in the same area, which is not correct. Okay, IT is not about only LLMs, right? The position that you are going to apply is not only about LLMs. It is all together. It is all together to build an application. So definitely you should have something in your mind which can show e- consistently equally important to other areas also. Now, when you understand how LLM and how it works, then understand prompting. What makes the primary difference when you prompt something? So prompting is a key important factor or key important, very important role, because that will derive the response coming from the LLM, right? So definitely you have to understand how and what makes your application, your fundamental LLM application, how it is responding. So change your prompts and understand how what is the important of a prompting. So you can express in a better way in your interviews. Then definitely people are looking for output response. That too, especially for the JSON format output response. Because if you look at any application, you will not have a string or a form data coming as output response because it can deviate. The only response payload or input payload they look at is JSON input and JSON output. So using a prompt, how do you get a JSON structured JSON output? What is the prompt template that you're using? How it gonna work? So these are the fundamental things that you have to look at it. Then definitely, this is a very buzzword we already know, and hallucination. But hallucination is only not a factor. I see during the interviews when I take an interview, so I see people much talk about hallucination because the word is very buzzword, and LLM itself by default hallucination is only what people assume. But there is a lot of improvement happened, and there is a lot of reasoning happening by improving the models. So service providers are not, uh, they will definitely consider, right? Service providers does not ignore the hallucination. They improve how from the service itself, how can they bring down the hallucination by having a good reasoning. If you look at GPT 5.5 has a good reasoning. There are few parameters which got changed. Now, if you look at Claude, is absolutely doing great with respect to coding. So you see, there is no hallucination, right? There is no much hallucination that you have addressed before. So definitely, and what strategies? There could be some strategies that you can implement to bring down the hallucination, right? So RAG is not only a solution for bringing down the hallucination, but there could be some other. Try to put some key notes on those, then you will have a basic understanding. Then there should be something, creating a prompt library, open source. There are very much open source available now. Understand the open source. What are they doing? What changes they have made, and what if you implement would change much better. So these are the few things that you can initially focus and start with. Okay, once you understand how effective is this, then you have some bullet points that you can update in your resume. You will have some bullet points to speak in the initial round of interview to take it to next round. Okay, it's not about the basic fundamentals I'm talking, but people will come to know that you have some real time experience, right? Instead of just presenting in a paper. Okay, so presenting in a paper, everybody does that because we have lot many tools available. I can update um, some research work also in my resume, but how correctly the knowledge that I have on that particular research area, whether I really performed it or I just understood the insights on the research paper which was I representing in the resume. So definitely people will come to know if they start asking questions on that. So finally we end up saying in a different way. So which shouldn't be. So we should be having a good knowledge. We should have some notes on that particular area and topic, what we are trying to do. Then once you understand how LLM works and all, so definitely you should have some kind of understanding how Python is more effective and what are all libraries, what are all SDKs that Python is having with respect to LLMs. So when it comes to Pydantic, there is some security layer when it comes to LLM SDK. So Pydantic is a primary SDK structure and library which will look into the security layers when you pass some information from one call to the another call. So most of us may know or may not know, but these are the minimum functions and classes and API calls, how asynchronously that your project will run when a user is trying to call multiple calls for the same LLM API. So these are the things that when it comes to Python that we have to look into. So if you start focusing on one area, then put the list of areas that you have to look into. So how Python, the important role of a Python libraries or functions or SDKs that can implement LLMs and RAG, you have to see those areas. The fundamentals of prompting and basics, you have to see. You have to list down the topics and focus on those topics while you're implementing a POC. Have a text utility API or something and pass a text and see the response how it is doing. If you are if you want to build a resume, some kind of resume building or some kind of scrapper that you want to build, so try to understand how you can send the information to LLM and see the output results. So this is a small use case, right? If you even if you ask a GPT, will give you n number of problem statements. So try to pick up one of the problem statement and start implementing that. That way, you'll get a real exposure instead of you looking into YouTube lectures and all. Yeah, definitely. YouTube lectures will definitely help you, but how correctly are you understanding the YouTube lectures? Not only YouTube lectures, when we come across the live lectures also, you should be able to understand what the lecturer is trying to deliver the content. If you start implementing or if you start looking into those areas, you will definitely have the relevant questions or what is a bottleneck that you want to ask a follow-up question to that particular lecturer. Okay. So you should work. What am I saying is listening or reading the books doesn't suffice. You have to implement something at the same time. Now, the third area that you need to focus is RAG is only a domain specific data engineering pipeline, and RAG has many advantages, and RAG has also a disadvantages. So you have to see how embedding works when you send a information once the chunks of vectors gotten created. When you're sending the chunks to LLM, how it is going to play an important role. Is it really bringing down the hallucination, or it is really responding to what user is asking, or if it is failed to respond? What is a metrics that you can build on top of it? Have a small POC and see how it can help, how it is helping you and understand, write a notes on those areas, write a small uh, project assistant that can help you, or build a POC. If you are passing a JD, should give you interview questions by calling LLM. Okay, I know LLM is always costing, but you can implement or you can have some open source models also available in your local, and you can use those to have a POC. But every day having some kind of progress and committing to GitHub will definitely improve or get shortlist by looking at your GitHub also. So that is also the another way. So week three, you can focus on something related to RAG application, how you call the function calling, have some MCP servers built or something like that. Okay. Then definitely when it comes to today, there is no traditional way of engineering mindset. What do you mean by traditional way of engineering mindset? So there is no front end, back end. Okay. There is no somebody, there is no project manager who is going to look into your areas and all, because it's very difficult for everyone to understand how an AI application works and how you're going to build it, right? So definitely, if a technical guy is still learning something, then definitely if you look at the functional and non-functional, technical and non-technical areas of people who are into some agile or scrum or project managers. So these areas are not into technical. So for them, it would be a bit difficult to understand technically, but they can drive the project. Now, now there are few positions which are going to evolve. Okay, most of you must have seen or not, but still there is some position called as forward deployed AI engineer. Okay, there is a position. Okay, if you open Claude on Anthropic or some kind of LinkedIn, so you see this kind of position. So This position is nothing but it is going to cut down the intermittent areas of a position. That is, there is no longer a project manager required for a AI engineer. So that's how the forward deployed engineer is keep on building. That means they directly communicate to the business and drive the technically with business. So there is no intermittent steps or somebody creating features or user stories for that particular AI engineer. So it is directly eliminating many things in between, and directly you get the requirement from the business and you deploy today and hand over it to them. So that's fast. It's a very fast pace of developing. Okay. So I do not want to deviate the track, but the thing is, um, everybody has to focus in all the areas is what I want to conclude. Saying that it may be a UI, it may be a backend, it may be something related to, but maybe infrastructure related. But still, a engineer should be all round, having all sort of information. If he is not able to understand, then he is supposed to understand and get it sorted. There is no front end, there is no back end. Okay. So keep that in your mind, because if not you, Claude is going to do that. If not you, Codex is going to do that. If not you, somebody who has awareness of utilizing Claude or Codex or some other AI tool is going to do that. So do not give the opportunity to the other who is your competitor. You should be the one who is going to do that. Okay. So have a understanding how UI works, how backend works, how deployment works, how Docker image gets built, how you are deploying it. So you should have definitely some basics of understanding how Terraform, Kubernetes, how the service infrastructure is going to build. Okay. Then definitely rack fundamentals once you create some embeddings and all. So have a small POC on rack, the data engineering pipeline. How can you build a real-time RAG pipeline, send the information to LLMs. Okay. Then have a small chatbot. Chatbot. When you start building a chatbot, it's not a frequently asked questions chatbot. You should have some kind of chatbot communication using some land graphs, which can manage your state, routing to the correct node to execute the task. So have some kind of real-time chatbot in an agentic mode and build a POC and have the complete awareness how a chatbot can function based on the user intent. Then the seventh stage is you can have some kind of metrics on rack pipeline. How exactly you are deriving that the outcome is really giving a good metrics, or the outcome that you are seeing is having a correct, relevant, actual information. How are you gonna justify that? So this is a primary question that every interviewer is going to ask you. Maybe he is aware, not aware, but he would like to listen to you. How are you thinking? So the thought process will definitely help to showcase or present you how better you can justify. Okay. So then once you have the kind of metrics in your hand, how LLM is responding and how can you justify the evaluation metrics to present it to the interviewer, then the next step of question is how are you protecting the information that you're sending to LLM? That's where the security and guardrails comes into the picture, because every enterprise is going to use an API that doesn't going to build their own LLM models. So definitely they're going to use an API. So you should have complete awareness how you handle the PIA information and how you give the access based on the role and how you protect the information from the enterprise. Then you should have some complete awareness of what are the tools that are available, what is human in loop, how you manage your memory, not dedicatedly you should be complete knowledge, but you should at least aware what is the consequence, what are all internal function callings that could affect um, your application. So you should have a minimal information. How are you driving the project? So that could be related to your workflows also at the same time, right? So you should have some kind of understanding on that. Okay. So then at the end, definitely this would play important role while you're building your RAG architecture. And if it is an agentic, how are you maintaining asynchronously with the catchy queues of incoming requests? There could be some latency while you see some response coming from the LLM. So definitely there are intermittently there are a number of steps which are going to execute from one step to the another step. So you should have a complete understanding how is your deployment works, and once you deployed, you should have the consequences happening or the intermittent steps happening in your workflow. So system design is a primary thing which is very, very important, but not necessarily for each and every job application. But having a good knowledge on system design would definitely help us to understand the deployment strategies and change the workflows, change the architecture, and that way you play an important role in your organization, especially when it comes to system design and architectural designs. Okay. Now, at the end, once you cover all the aspects of how to apply for a job, then you keep updating your LinkedIn, you keep update your resume, you start continuously preparing for your interviews. So this is how you have to take care. And especially when it comes to GitHub, you should have some set of projects, and progressively you have to contribute to your GitHub. Progressively contributing, maybe you are alone to contribute. At the same time, you can collaborate with your peers, your friends, or somebody who can also contribute to your project. And that way you understand, and all we are learning here, right? So do not have any kind of misunderstandings amongst yourself. But the thing is, if you are start collaborating with your peers, so sharing the knowledge is your primary goal. Sharing the knowledge is your primary goal means whatever you have learned, you should be able to express it correctly by assuming the opposite person as your interviewer and share the information what you have executed correctly. And the opposite person should be able to come and able to give you a good insights what is missing and what where we have to focus. So when you're sharing the information, definitely the opposite person will also get the information what you're trying to express. So this is how you have to have your mindset while preparing for the interviews and crack the interview. All we are learning something and getting a good position, secured position, and making a stable position once we crack the job. So I also bought something to present. Uh, so for example, if the same thing, now I just presented by using some Excalibra, and I had some flowchart. This is a, if you assume this is a traditional way of presenting, right? So now at the same time, if I want to present it in a different way, then I would have come up with um, some different strategy. Now, what is my strategy to present it? So I bought some dashboard which can help us to understand how can we navigate, how can we look into um, look into the details, whatever I have presented using Excalibra in a flowchart. Now, this is my application. I can integrate. I did not integrate with LLMs, but I can integrate with LLMs. Now, if you see here, now this will definitely track my status. Okay, how it is going to track my status? Now, which what now if I'm a student, or if I want to start working on or learning my path on generative AI, so what all are steps that I have to cover? Okay. So I made a clear path of a 90 days duration and covering all the skills. And my target is to build some 9 projects in this entire path of this 90 days. I can bring down the days. That's not a thing. If you start implementing one project, then definitely the following projects would be very easy for us. Okay, so you see here how focus, what, where should I focus, what should I focus. I've clearly defined myself. Okay, so now what are all areas I need to um, primarily start with. So Python, you see, Git, ML basics. Definitely, people might be thinking that ML is not no longer important, but that's not the case. Not everything can be done by LLM. So ML and deep learning and NLP has its own importance. So different use cases can use different methodologies, and ML, deep learning, and NLP, computer vision, and all the libraries that you've been implementing using all these algorithms are still having their own importance. So LLM is a generating API which can generate the summaries, which can which cannot come to conclusion, but which can provide you more insights to take a decision. So that's how a large language models will help. But ML is something which is going to predict. Deep learning is something which is going to predict. So when you have a structured data, not always LLMs would help there. So ML, deep learning, and NLP has its own importance. Please keep a note of this because I've been seeing that everybody start looking only at LLMs. That's not the case. Okay. So there is something that I want to focus. You see here, I'm trying to target some roles, and I'm trying to build some projects relevant to that. Now, if I integrate the same thing with LLM and I upload a JD in the LLMs, so definitely my skill set and my project would change, right? So I can have my own application, I can have my own status tracking in this way. So I was trying to tell that I'll focus 30 days and then 60 days and then 90 days to build the entire application. So different roles has different required set of skills. So if you're targeting role of AI engineer or AI engineer has a different role when it comes to deployment strategies, and generative engineer works purely on LLMs. So LLM engineer is somebody who is going to build fine tuning models, and a RAG engineer is somebody who is going to design the pipelines. So prompt engineer, so different engineer got. So if you look at the forward deployment engineer is what a new position that is being seen over the LinkedIn's, which I want to talk about. So forward deploy engineer is an engineer who works in a full stack AI by communicating with the stakeholder and business. So there is no bridge. There is no person or engineer working along with him. He's a direct person who interacts with the client, who interacts with the business, who delivers end to end, including all the tech stack. So this is a new position which got evolved. Okay, so there are a couple of skills that you can keep looking at it, and and you can have your own resume. You can have your own interview preparation guide, and you can whenever you pass any JD, that has to give you the questions based on that, and you can have all set of answers for that. So how do you can have your own set of job strategy, and you can track what positions that you're keep on applying, and you can have your own action plan. If you start giving your name, and I want to um, work. I'm so and so with project manager background, and I'm looking for some intermediate, and this is my timeline and all. Then it definitely generates you some kind of roadmap, and what are all areas that you need to start focusing so that you've seen you are soon going to transit into that particular position. So when it comes to my current position is project manager, right, or product manager. So it is trying to give me those areas where I can initially start with, and I can only. It is asking me to build those projects which are related to my product manager area, so that I can understand conceptually better. So this is how you can build on your own. I just wanted to present it so that it creates a good uh, impression or a good presenting skills that we have. So this is how you have to come up on your own. Start thinking in this dimension so that you impress the interviewers. With this, I just wanted to stop and open for the questions if you have any. Can you hear me? Any questions? Thank you, Sayed.
Hi, Abhinav, Gayatri.
Yeah, hi.
Thank you for taking the session on this weekend. I appreciate it. See, it seems like more like a technical, organized skills, and you have analytical skills. The problem with me, I do have good in, good analytical skills, but organizing and then coding wise, it's a long time. I didn't do, for almost 8 years since. So, again to restart, I wanted to change, change in a job or whatever the position. Again to restart, it's getting me in like kind of, taking a lot of time. Usually I do take a lot of time, not in terms of work wise, learning wise. So this will really help, the session, whatever you suggested. Yeah, yep. I just wanted to know, do you have any other advice? I have been in the same position job in around 12 years now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
So,
maybe I changed the roles like a software developer, designer, architect, and all, but same organization. Yep.
okay. So the thing is, I understand the concern and I understand the challenges that we go through, right? So uh, I've been seeing this also from same question, same kind of asked from many people because we never imagined that uh, IT is going to change in this direction. That means there is no bridge. Earlier we have some skill set and the skill set is our weapon to protect ourselves, but now there is no skill set for every individual, right? So when it comes to your area, wherever your expertise, so start looking how AI can help your area. That means how can you utilize LLMs and RAG to build a small POC on your area. Okay. So once you start conceptually understanding with respect to your skill set in the sense, now if it is a project manager, okay. So project manager usually works on, especially they works on Jira or any project management tool. So any project management tool got some features or user stories, right? So AI can definitely help to look into different dimensions to build a feature or user story. Now, if we understand how can we size or estimate a user story or estimate a feature in a better way, that means we are slowly stepping into how can we utilize AI. So AI definitely not going to replace or not going to change the things, but the thing is AI can help us to look into different dimensions. How can you improve a product? So when it comes to your area, if you can look into those areas, start looking into those areas, then definitely it would help you. You will definitely see the change going forward in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Earlier, when we are interviewing, we'll see if there is a real-time job and all. Now, it changed. Even you can use the GitHub and then develop some projects on your own. So those projects, we need to put them in a reference section or like experience.
Yeah, you can put it in a reference session add a link there directing to the project, and yeah, so that they will definitely go to the readme in the GitHub and understand what exactly it is.
Okay, great. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah,
I will start from this week itself. Yep. Thank you, Abhinav. Yep.
yeah, no
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah, Komal, can you ask your question?
Yeah. Hi, hi Abhinav. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right.
Yeah. Actually, this session was really helpful. You have given a lot of insights how to prepare and how we need to have mindset for preparing and all. So that is good. But I have one doubt. I have 6+ years of experience as a cybersecurity professional. My doubt is, what are the areas I need to concentrate and like what kind of roles I can uh, apply.
Yeah, for security side, right? Looking
Yes.
for. Yeah. So definitely there is a lot of enhancements, and still there is a lot of research going on, especially when it comes to AI security.
Okay.
Okay. So when it comes to security to protect, either it could be a data or something external API calls happening to the company's API call, right? Which is coming in, which is going out, inbound and outbound, right?
Okay.
So these are the areas. Uh, Especially you have some web proxies which are going to protect. Okay, so
Yeah.
um, something server side, something related to data side, something related to hashing techniques, or something
Okay.
you do not identify, but you have automated some process that can show some alerts, correct, or identify
Okay.
some unseen patterns. Maybe it could be security related to patterns, right? So
Yes.
if you
Right.
start looking those areas, how,
Okay.
what are the dimensions of your use case, or your system is working upon, or your day-to-day responsibilities that can primarily look in those areas, right?
Yeah.
Manually, or as a human, today we do something, and tomorrow if we may not focus the day. Uh, how are we focusing today? That means
Right.
day one or day two, you will have a lot of energy to focus and see all the areas. Once you got to know, then you only focus to one area only. You'll forget to focus the other areas. But if you implement some automation script or something related to AI, not to pass the data, but understand your scenarios and give you the dimensions or the areas that you can look into and see on the day-to-day basis. This could be a small POC
Okay.
where AI can help you, right?
Yeah.
So
Sure.
that way, today you start with one system and you can expand your way of thinking with multiple systems. Is it
Okay.
clear?
Right. Yeah. Sure.
So now
So
you
for
start.
a,
Mhm.
sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So for any role, we need to have the complete knowledge. Is what you suggest?
No, that's what I'm saying. You need not to have complete knowledge, because if you start looking at each application has its own importance. Each application has a different workflow. Now, that
Right.
particular lead or that particular business team has good understanding on that particular application. So we can't step into each and every area, but uh, there in every workflow there would be a common area related to security.
Right.
Okay, if you
Yeah. Yeah.
start looking into those areas and present it well, uh, that how AI can help there, then that way you get a good visibility, good exposure on AI, and you can have a good understanding at least to start with, and
Yeah.
there could be some other person who can collaborate with you and improve the skills that you are looking into at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure, Abhinay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Satish Kumar, can you ask your question?
Yes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Hi. No, I'm Satish.
Hi.
Well, actually, like I'm in QA engineer. Like I work on Selenium and Playwright. So now I wanted to learn AI things and like which I can implement in the QA from the QS perspective. So what are the things which I need to do and like is there any specific course which drives for the QA engineers?
So, okay, Satish, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, Satish, um, honestly saying, so QA engineer has his own importance of covering the automation scripts, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, the same thing, if we start working on cloud code or something, the entire workflow for the pipe, for the back end, front end, and all would cover in one day. Okay,
Yes.
you see the difference, right? If you're using cloud code or if you're using Copilot, you see the difference, right?
Yes. Yes.
Correct. So now, whatever you are, uh, whatever we used to think as a QA automation engineer, so it would have taken weeks or months time to cover up the entire application with all the APIs with different error codes. You agree?
Yes. I do. Yeah.
Yeah, but today it is being able to do it in a single day. Okay. So there is no challenge for that. But the thing is, what if you can think with a different set of applications, and if AI can identify those patterns initially in your organization? Okay. What if you come up with a different scenarios, identifying the log patterns for the front end or back end, identify the unseen patterns. If you can build such kind of POCs and present it, then there is a good start for you,
Yes. Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
unseen patterns means today you give a prompt to Claude or Copilot, the knowledge that we have. That means you say that cover up 404, cover up 500, cover up 200. You say some kind of 403, you say some kind of error codes. I have recently seen this, and this is my payload, or this is my response. You say something like that. But what if there is an API which you can expose to different applications and understand what are all covered, what are all patterns not covered? If you can come up with such kind of POC, it will definitely impact a lot.
Yeah. It's
Correct? You
yes.
you
Yes.
you get it right? What I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
So AI is not about uh, a specific course or something. Okay, do not differentiate with UI. Do not differentiate with backend. Do not differentiate like that. Think how AI can help your day-to-day work.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
If it is helping you, then you are in success rate. You are in a right path. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did
the
I did
fundamental.
I answer did I answer your question, or
Yes, yes, I got it. Like the coming to the second part, right? See,
uh-huh.
for me to learn Python, LLMs and RAGs, it's very difficult for me, right? So, like, is there any a course from your side, like which I can enroll and do it? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
is, I
think
think, can you fill the new batch inquiry form so that I can connect with you offline? I can spend you some more time.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I raise. I mean, I fill that form.
Yeah, you can just in the chart, you can see the new batch inquiry form, right? So for QA, I have separate additional instructions for you. I'll help you on that. Okay, just ping me offline
Yeah,
or
sure.
fill that form. Fill that
Yeah,
form. Okay, someone will contact from my team.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, we are starting a new batch on the first week of August. So please fill that new batch form. We'll have a one-to-one discussion. We will clarify all your queries related to any of your role, career switch related stuff, or learning AI, what we teach. So we have separate video recordings. We'll all you share you offline. But yes, whatever Abhinav is explained so far, so those week wise we will implement that plan as part of our course with little changes. But yes, please fill that form. And next one is Raja Garu. Go ahead, Andy. Your question.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks, Gar. Thanks, Ram Garu. I have this question.
Yeah.
Like in typical software industry, right? As of today, when you want
Mhm.
to be promoted, or when you want to get a new next level, right? You generally have
Uh-huh.
software engineer to principal software engineer, right?
Uh-huh.
That's the roles changes we'll have. So when AI comes to picture, within organizations, or when you switch organizations, uh, what type of roles we need to aim, because these roles keep on getting changed, right? With people come with different experience level in a traditional software industry. Now in the AI transition, uh, learning all things like a touch base and doing POC will really work to aim for a AI dependent roles.
Yeah. So it's a very good question. But the thing is, when you start looking in a different dimension, for example, having a small automation script, you have your
Mm,
application, you have an automation script. So that's one way of which can impact an existing application, right? So the other
mm,
way is security could be another concern. The third thing is some innovation that can help the application. So for example, you have an application which is being used AI. So now you open any application. For example, even if it is a Chrome, you see there would be an extension of Copilot, right?
mm,
So Copilot is an extension that you can have your extension in your Chrome or Microsoft. So what if there is an application in your enterprise that can expose an endpoint similar to like that and help to understand the application? So the
mm,
innovation comes, or the thought process that we have would change. Not if not only the way earlier some business used to come and explain to us, this is what we want to, but today
mm,
that's not the case. We should come up some innovative thought which can help the existing applications using the AI. So how do you get that? If you start implementing, or if you start looking uh, into the POCs or into the areas, or reading the GitHub repositories, or listening to some YouTube sessions. So
mm,
you start building, you change, you tune your mind in that way.
mm,
What are they saying? And for example, if I'm listening to a session, so what do I think? If I'm listening to a session, I think that what is he trying to tell, and what is the goal of that particular session, and how can I utilize that particular session in my day-to-day activities, especially when it comes to my organization, or if I have some business idea, then how can I implement that? So these three dots, if we connect, then we can definitely improve. Or going forward, this would definitely help if we are changing the organization, or when we are giving the interview. Definitely, this kind of mindset will help to answer it in a better way, whether we are doing it or not doing it. Go after stepping into the organization, what is our responsibility? It's a different thing. But
mm.
during the interview, we'll justify what is he asking, and the innovative way or the creative way, how are we delivering during the interview will definitely bring a change in us.
So you were saying, uh, previously, the current before AI, people generally
Mhm,
look for the roles like, okay, there will be product owner, and there will be project lead,
mhm,
there will be senior
mhm,
developer, who will
mhm,
be leading the team. So that kind of hierarchy is there. But
mhm,
what companies are looking in after 2026 is, uh,
mhm.
any resource using any tool who can bring solution to the problem. That is what people are looking. Either you can bring
Yeah.
solution by brainstorming with AI tools or with your
Mm-hmm.
with your domain knowledge. But where this domain knowledge actually works, because I'll tell the case where when you are in a company for many years, we are hearing a lot of layoff news, right? Because they are
Mm-hmm.
trying to invest money towards AI infrastructure, to build their
Correct.
infrastructure, to go to the subscription plans that is burning their cash, right? So as a
Mm-hmm.
career standpoint, you have to switch companies, because there is a need to switch companies to grow in your career or to get to find a better opportunity, right? So
Correct.
there are a lot of layers to learn in the AI model. Like you can be in LLM fundamentals or you can be in the RAG, but
Uh-huh.
companies will not expect you to learn from a candidate to learn everything, right? Company may expect they need RAG dependency implementation, they may need agentic
Mm-hmm.
AI, or they may need enterprise
Mm-hmm.
AI architecture. uh, um so
Mm-hmm.
when you have 10 to 15 or 20 years experience with a with specific to one business industry, and coming from a technical background, so
Mm-hmm.
this is like adopting a new skill, right? Adopting a new workflow, agentic workflow into your career. So
Correct.
uh, how this can be mapped to any industry? Like all industries will really have same kind of mindset to adopt this,
Uh,
because when they
okay.
hire people,
What?
right, they will also, when they hire people, they also see, right, whether they need a rack dependency or they want to completely change their enterprise into AI architecture.
Yeah. Whatever you're asking, I agree. But the thing is, not every scenario would fit in the same scenario, right? So, you see, um, for example, now earlier I'm a Python engineer, okay, and
Mm,
then I'm into a data science,
mm,
and then I'm into an AI space. I don't call myself as an AI engineer, but I use LLM APIs. I implemented RAG and all the stuff. Okay.
mm,
Then today I'm designing the applications. Okay.
mm,
Designing the applications means simultaneously uh, having all the workflows, architectures designed for the enterprise. Okay. Now, how did I transist? Okay,
mm,
it's a progressive way. I never stick to one application. If we are sticking
mm,
to one application only, then we are gone.
mm,
Okay, because the logic that I am implementing as per the business is different.
mhm,
If we are working only in one application and we know that what application is doing, and if the job is routine, then we are gone because it can be automated. Now,
yes.
with the experience that we got while understanding different applications with what the business it's going to impact and how it is going to impact, so the way the logic is getting changed now, tomorrow you get a new use case, or tomorrow
Mm,
you have a problem statement, and the interviewer is giving you the problem statement to understand how you think. Okay, now with
mm,
your past experience, if you are sticking to one application, then you will never be able to answer by learning the AI technology. Not only AI technology, whatever you're learning, you will not be able to crack it. The reason because you
mm,
have stick to one application and you got the same mindset sticking or understanding only one application.
mm,
Because throughout your experience, you never put any efforts to understand or never try to switch. Okay,
mm,
no, that's not the case. The case has totally changed. If not you, somebody will come, okay, to do the same job. Okay. Now the interviewer will look into your thought process. How are you going to crack with your experience? Okay. The thought process will not come very immediately, right? The thought process would definitely depend on your experience. How did you solve previously, and how are you going to take steps for this particular problem statement? That's where they come to a conclusion. It could be any situation, any scenario, whether it's a RAG, whether it's a system design, whether it's a new component where the live streaming data is too latency, whatever the situation is.
mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Depends on the use case.
Yeah,
You have to be
correct.
ready for that
Now,
solution.
yeah. So now, one of my senior engineer told me very beautiful word. I was telling him that I'm a AI engineer and all. What am I doing? I'm doing I'm doing some testing and I'm fixing the bugs. This is what I told. Then he
Mm.
told me one single answer that Abhinav, though you are a AI engineer or you might be expert in data science, okay, if the expertise is not falling in place with the application, then you are not in the project.
Mm.
Okay. Here we are to use the tools in the AI, in the IT technology, whatever the tool is. It could be
Yeah.
UI, it could be Angular, whatever the tool is. Okay, maybe one data, maybe something Python or something. Okay, whatever the data,
Yeah.
whatever the APIs that you're using. If it is not fitting to solve the problem, then you will not use that particular tool or
Yeah.
that particular functionality. All we are using the tools to solve the problem, whether it could be ML, whether it could be a Python, whether it could be a Java, whatever it is. Okay,
Mm.
depends on the solution. Will get that uh, intelligence, or somebody who got that intelligence will be in the project.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
is it clear?
Yeah. It's clear to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it.
So
Yeah.
there is no bridge. That's what I want to say.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah, I think Abhinav, just allow me for 2 minutes. I just want to go over the school also.
Yeah.
Then
Sure.
we'll continue the queries.
Hmm.
So if everybody able to see our screen, so as part of our training, let's say we are starting a new batch in next 3 or 4 weeks. So we recommend all our students, like if you are really looking for a full track course for 100 day from KKR Gen Ai. So as part of prerequisites, so we recommend our students to apply for school account. So in school account, normally in our regular batch, we teach in two pages. Page one, we teach 50 plus hours, basic plus intermediate knowledge. The way Abhinav explained, first couple of weeks, like first 7 weeks, we teach complete phase one. So as part of phase one, we teach all the basic LLMs and API management, Python concepts, whatever the architecture, Genai architectures and agentic framework, prompt engineering. So whatever that it is, like Abhinav explained. So those will be covered in phase one. So phase one it will be kind of 50 plus hours, more than 50 plus hours. So that's what I would say. So this will be given access in advance. Like you can enroll today or tomorrow and get these recordings, pre-recorded sessions access. You can start listening these recordings in this coming three to 4 weeks before we start, and get some idea and then start joining the live classes. That helps you all learning very fast, and it helps a lot. Like instead of waiting for the next 4 weeks, you try on board and take the sessions. So we conducted sessions for public, we conducted sessions for non-profit organizations. I see, like, we conducted even though 10 to 15, 20 hours. There are many questions we're happy to answer, but the first recommendation is to apply for school request, fill the new batch form if you are seriously looking for full track course. That will be help. As part of this onboarding process, we also give you phase two. In the phase two, we will help all the machine learning, deep learning, NLP, and other end-to-end projects and agents, agentic frameworks. So many things we will give access. So apart from these, we also give you around 50 to 60 hours of boot camps where we explained, different ways of teaching, different use cases, different career guidances, and different entry questions. So we have a lot of recordings. Like in last 2 years, we taught almost like 800 plus records in Zoom. So as much as possible, we feel if important for a student, we store in the school and we give all recording access to our students. The cost is always varies, 400 to 600. For regular students it's 600. For a group of people, like if non-profit is coming as a 20 30 people, so we give some 20 to 30% discount, so that we can talk offline. But it's not like 1000 or $2000. We are like a startup company, we are helping all the students. So please talk with us offline, we'll help you. So boot camps again, it give you like 50 to 60 or more than 60 hours. You will see variety of use cases, implementation and all. So we have legacy recordings, legacy like all Google tools, machine learning recordings, deep learning recordings, natural language recordings. Maybe for some of the people may be useful, but we are not teaching much on DL, ML and NLP, but we go like 6 to 8 hours of teaching as part of our program. But if you want to learn, we have like 30 hours of recordings which will give free access to all. And we prepare entry questions, we don't need to prepare separately, we documented everything. And we prepare the prerequisites, like what kind of tools we have to install, we documented everything, all like Python installation libraries, Jupyter and Chat GPT and other Google Colab, how to install, what packages to install. So all these which documented, we give access to, before onboarding. So I just want to convey this one. There are important, freelancing and other sessions. And if you are a parent, if your kid want to learn Gen AI, we give special discount. Let's say for non-member, we take if we take 400 for member. Like if you pay 400 for your kid for summer camps and other project related. Say now we are conducting a summer camp, 60 hours classes for kids. We give free access and with the minimum cost. Yeah, you can reach us offline. We will help you. All these recordings, as part of our onboarding process. But yeah, don't take too much of time. If you are serious, just pay and get recordings access before the original course starts. We commit to help 100 days teaching, which covers 100 to 120 hours of classes, including basics, intermediate, all agentic framework, end-to-end projects. And we have also projects also. Abhinav is going to teach like a couple of projects. Let me show you somewhere I store. So these are some of the use cases we are going to implement. The main mentor is Abhinav, and he's going to implement 4 to 5 use cases in a regular batch. So please try to onboard, and we'll send you these recordings also, some of the bootcamp recording for your reference. And as part of this program, we also help you on GitHub projects. So GitHub projects, somewhere we stored this. My laptop is changed, but let me see. This is the one of the project we teach recently, customer AI project. So this will be detailedly explained for 10 hours, one of the project by Abhinav. So all these will be covered. Approve, if you are online, quickly can you show GitHub projects also? Because my laptop is changed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So that it will cover the course plan and the projects. Yeah, please fill out that form. Whether you join or not join doesn't matter, but you will get some idea as part of our one-to-one discussion. If you are serious, we'll help you on the career path.
Yeah. So coming to the projects, like we have 3 different level projects with the level 1 with the beginner projects that we have. starting with prompt engineering, and also like some of the agentic frameworks, agents, and we have 10 different use cases with different domains that we have. Here you can see like we have healthcare, finance, e-commerce, legal, and some of the business use cases which we teach, or which we like give access to you, where you can with the given steps you can implement these projects. So this will be useful for those who want to like switch their careers to AI, and who have just started the career in the AI, or some of the students who have basic knowledge about how to implement some of the data science or machine learning concepts. So they can get some handful of knowledge by implementing these projects. So every project consists of some of the problem statement, project objective, some system architecture, and you'll be working with a different tech stacks for each project. And this will be helpful for you to understand how to implement them, and structure everything in your VS Code or Python. So everything will be done in our guidance. If you have any roadblocks or anything, just you can reach out to us. We'll guide you on how to implement these projects. And also, like we have level 2 projects. So once you complete level 1, or if you already have basic knowledge about some of the frameworks, then you can directly step on to the level 2 intermediate AI projects. So this consists of some of the RAG pipelines, vector databases, agentic workflows, automations, and some of the no code tools or low code tools like Notion AI, ClickUp AI. And we have some testing tools as well, like Playwright or Test IM. So we'll be implementing those as well in this level 2 projects. So even this project consists of 10 different projects, and you can work on any of those with all the given step-by-step implementation guidance, and all the tech stacks that you'll be working on. You can start from the scratch, and you can learn how to deploy them. Like as Abhinav explained, we'll be covering all the frameworks and with the different concepts related to LLMs, agentic frameworks, or RAG architecture. Everything will be covered under these projects. So once you complete level 2, like you can go on to the level 3 with advanced projects. Like you'll be working on different frameworks like LangGraph or LangChain, GUI, or how you can deploy in the AWS cloud, or GCP or Google Vertex AI. So everything will be covered under level 3 with the multi-level, frameworks, and also how you can fine tune the LLMs. So everything is given complete documentation here. Even if you have any queries, so we'll be conducting every week query sessions with the mentors, so that you can, if you have any if you don't understand anything, or if you want guidance on implementing these projects, so you can connect with the mentor and discuss. They'll help you out in implementing these projects as well. Even this project, you have 10 different projects, and you can work on anything with all the code files is being given here, with all the system architecture, and also like how you can organize the folder structure, and what are the setups required, and everything is being documented and given a complete picture. So you can just request for the access, or if you want to onboard, just let us know. We'll give you the access, and you can just start looking at this one until the batch starts, and you can get a better idea once you are into the batch or attend the sessions. So definitely this will be helpful for you. As like discussed, we'll document everything in the school, and all the phases will be given to you, and the interview questions, and some of the data science concepts, and everything will be given to you, so that you can start understanding the previous class recordings and the concepts, so that you'll be understanding how you can prepare for the concepts or topics, and prepare for the interviews as well. Try to follow YouTube channel. You'll be getting some of the free videos, and you can understand how we are what is our approach, and how we are teaching, how each topic is being divided, and teach to the students in the sessions. Also, follow this like LinkedIn page, KKR Gen Ai. So you'll be getting the updated information about the upcoming batches and the boot camps that is being conducted in this, in the upcoming months. So with that, if you have any queries or anything, just fill out the new batch enrollment form, which is already been published in the webinar chat, and also reach us to offline. We have given the business number to you. So definitely, if you have any queries, we are here to help you out. So with that, if you have any queries, just please go ahead and ask. We'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, let's go with the Q&A. Rama Reddy garu, go ahead and.
Hi, Abhinav. Thanks for the session and beautiful presentation. If you don't mind, can you bring up that chat again, the interview preparation that you have put in on that? Also, I'm an old student of you and I've learned a lot, and the tool what you have presented is too good. So coming to the
Thank you.
question,
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
I have a couple of questions. One is, like you said, for FDEs, you have to get the requirement and start from there, do everything, right? So what is that requirement? Who give you that requirement?
Can you come on? What is FT?
Okay, for
I did
example,
not understand.
okay, in the previous call with the previous
Mm-hmm.
caller, you said now everything you need to do it, no matter what. You will be given a requirement, and if it is
Mm-hmm.
front and back, everything you need to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so what is the uh, type of requirement that you get? Do they give a spec or do they give just a statement? What do they give?
Yeah, they do the statement, that's it. Because they are
Okay.
into business and they don't understand what it solves. So they don't
Oh,
care about that. And they will say that this is our challenge and could you solve it for us? That's it, which
okay.
I'm doing also. So, uh, so we have to make them understand and drive the things necessarily. And if something is going intermittently wrong, then they step back. So we don't want them to step back. So we have
Right.
to have that mindset to come up. Yeah.
How much time will we have for
No
them to
time.
show? No time.
No time. No time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no
Because
time.
uh, I, 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 like I said, I went through your sessions. I've attended your sessions, and I started working on some of the projects. I built some RAG applications. When I try
Mhm,
this right now, I'm getting a
mhm,
pushback from the development team saying that, oh, we can do this. We can do this with Claude or ChatGPT. So there is a
mhm.
lot of tug of war going on between. Okay, is there anything better to do or any easy way to do something like that? So do you see the same thing?
Like, what is that? Um,
Because there'll be development team at a client, right?
okay, correct.
They take all the inputs. Okay, they
Mm-hmm,
ask you how to
mm-hmm,
do it. When you say how to do
mm-hmm.
it, they say we can do it. Why do you need you, right?
Okay.
So the projects
Yeah.
I used to get years before, then it came back to
Okay.
6 months. Now it's 4 months.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's a problem I'm facing. I'm a consultant, so that's the problem I'm facing. Do you see the same thing? How do you deal with that?
That means you're saying that earlier they used to come up with the requirements. Now they got to know how to implement it. So they are not
Yes,
coming, is what
yes,
you say.
yes.
Yeah, innovation. Yeah, that's what, if you look at Raja's question also. So it's almost the same. The logic, everybody can implement LLM, everybody can implement RAG. There is no bridge, or there is no uh, only this set of group can only do that. Earlier, it is like that when it comes to ML and deep learning. You should have your statistics, you should have your mathematical brain, or you should have some certifications to understand how MLDL, what are the metrics that you look into. So there is some set of group who understand that certification on that course, would able to do that as a data scientist or ML engineer, right?
Right. Right.
Or ML ops or something. So now there is no gap because they think that LLM does everything. Now
Yes.
the only weapon that we have is the logic. Okay, the logic, how you gonna implement is only the weapon. People might give it a try, but there are if you have heard, there could be a number of use cases that gives a good impression when you look at the titles. Okay, they say that automation scripts using AI, something something they say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
how many are actually in the production? How many are actually solving the business problem? Because you have a good problem statement, but the logic that you're implementing is totally different. So you need a good understanding on the logic to solve the problem. You need a good understanding how what exactly the business need, but what you can give beyond what business need, and that logic is a weapon for you.
Okay. Got it. So I see two problems in that. One is uh, context window. So we are
Okay.
not able to hold long context windows. How do we do that?
Yeah, uh, definitely. Um, whenever the time comes, or you can reach out to me over my LinkedIn, or we can talk over that.
Sure.
um,
Sure. Yeah, I know it's a
yeah,
long topic. I've already connected with you last time, so I'll reach out to you. Thanks, Abhinav.
yeah,
One last
sure,
question.
sure.
Next
Uh-huh.
issue is optimizing the tokens.
Uh-huh.
So, any tips for that?
Sure, definitely. In the coming sessions, I will definitely take. Uh, so optimizing the tokens when building something from scratch is different, or you got something built and you want to optimize it. It could be a different way. So different methodologies were there to optimize the tokens. Is what I'm been experiencing, and I see. I face some challenges also. I'll definitely talk about those, but can we connect offline to have a
Yes, yes,
good understanding? Yeah.
definitely. Thank you so much, Abhinav. Thanks again. Every time I hear you listen your sessions, I learn a lot. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you sharing the knowledge.
Thank you, Naman. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, Satya, can you ask your question?
Satya garu, can you ask your question? Satya Nazanagar. Maybe. Yeah, Satya garu, go ahead. Mallibab garu. I think he's having some audio issue. Kasina Mallibab
Hello.
garu. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
hi.
Your question.
Yeah, hi, Abhinav. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, hi. Abhinav. So thanks for sessions. It's a very good lessons. So thanks for your time. So I like the dashboard you provided the all the generative AI career guidance. I like that. So I have my question here is so do you suggest any free tools to deploy? So when you say the POC from the starting to the end. So I think there are some free tools like Olama. We can use it locally and build. So while deploying and after deploying for the testing. So do you suggest any free tools so that we can try it out locally?
Yeah. So recently, if you heard, okay, so there are so many open source other than Olama. So there is something called a quantization technique. Okay. So 64-bit, 32-bit, 18-bit, 8-bit, 4-bit, 2-bit, now 1-bit quantization. Okay. So now we are at a stage where it is doing at 1-bit quantization. So this technique will bring down the huge number of billion parameters to whatever the billion parameters would be the same, but you can implement it. Okay. That means you require a less compute to do that. Now, why it is costing? If you look at a broader picture, all the APIs are costing, right? So why are they
Yeah.
costing? Because they need a good compute to execute them. Now, whatever you're downloading in your local is 70 billion parameter or 120 billion parameter, which can execute in your local and run it in your local. And the performance of those APIs are very minimal.
Mhm.
You get some experience, but you will not feel the reality how it works. Okay. So it could be anything. Okay. I can share it with you. Can you connect with me on LinkedIn?
Sure.
I can provide you the details where you can have the free API tool calls and implement in your local. But the real feeling, the actual feeling, you will not be able to do that. But yeah, definitely that could be helpful for start with.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And also, yeah, coming point to the deployment. So, is that the same deployment we do normal our applications into the Dockers or any
Totally
specific
same.
environment? Totally same.
Totally same. Nothing,
Okay.
no change. But the implementation way or design way, the flow way is different. But
Mhm.
deployments are all almost the same. There is no change at all.
Okay, thank you. I have one more question. Since I have a Java background, so using the Spring AI, and I know it's, I
Mhm.
think using the Python is more comfort and more advantage. So, what is your thoughts on Spring AI versus Python, especially for these, in the AI development perspective?
Yeah. So since you're see Java, when it comes to Python, understanding Python comparative understanding Java, I
Mhm.
never I never give it a try. I failed
Okay.
in understanding Java. Okay.
Yeah.
I keep myself very honest and open. Okay.
Mhm.
So uh, Java is very complicated compared to Python.
Yeah.
Python is readable, human readable language. Okay. So you
Yeah. Yeah.
read the lines, you understand what it is doing. Okay. So
Okay.
I don't know how much familiar you are with Python, but keep
Yeah. Very
going
basic.
forward. Today,
Mhm.
there is a stage where there is no gap, there is no bridge. Whether you are UI, one data, nobody cares about that. Okay. So
Okay.
going forward, you will just call as an engineer only. Okay. So
Mhm.
just imagine like this: you you have a work and someone has to do that work. Okay.
Okay.
Whether he is front end, back end, nobody cares. Whether somebody is able to doing the work or not is what they look into. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
eliminate if you are only sticking to Java and start looking at Python and understand how you can use Python, because Python got a good libraries and whole LangChain, LangGraph, all the frameworks would work on Python language only. Okay.
Okay.
So Java got minimal libraries available. So you can implement, but again, somehow the other way you have to switch to Python. So
Okay.
yeah. So but coding agents are coding right now. Okay. All you need to
Okay.
do is understanding the code. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
And
Yeah. Mhm.
understanding the code is very fast. I mean to say that earlier we used to take 1 or 2 days time to review a PR. Okay. Now
Okay.
there is no wait time. So I change 20 to 30 files in a day, and
Mhm.
there is no wait time to review also.
Okay. Yeah.
So everything is going very fast actually. So come out of the thing that you are looking into only for Java. Be flexible, have that mind, understanding everything altogether.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. Any further questions or?
Yeah, I think we're done for questions. So, anybody, please raise your hand. Yeah, I think we are good. Yeah, please fill that inquiry form at last request for one-to-one discussion. So, yeah, if you If you're okay, you can join, or if you're not okay, that's fine. But yeah, to clarify all your queries, so we need some contacts. So please fill your inquiry form as a last request, so that we can help you on next steps and onboarding process. What we teach, we can have detailed one-to-one discussion for the upcoming batch. So more, yeah, as said, like we are committed to start a new batch in the August first week, like few more weeks. So please start. It's a daily interactive sessions. There is no pre-recorded sessions like that. Okay, it's a daily interactive sessions. In a week, we try to conduct like 8 to 10 hours of classes. Saturday, Sunday, 2 hour, 2 hour, and over the weekdays also we conduct Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But mostly Friday and Tuesdays we conduct on QA on the specific weekday classes. So one Q&A session on Friday, one Q&A on Tuesday. So whatever classes we conduct on Tuesday and Wednesday, following by one QA session, and Saturday, Sunday, and Monday we give gap, and Tuesday we conduct Q&A session. Yeah, Ravi,
What will
that's
be the
it.
timings of the classes?
Weekdays it will be 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST. Weekends, Saturday, Sunday, it's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST.
Uh, EST or Indian time?
Yeah. No, EST time. Our time only.
It's 9 a.m.
For
EST.
India, it will be like 7:30 p.m. on weekends, and for weekdays, it's like 6:45 a.m., 6:30 or 6:45 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, if there are no questions, I think you are feel free to exit the class. Thank you so much. Please join tomorrow as well. We'll come up with few more concepts and few more tips on this career guidance. We will try to help you tomorrow as well. Please join tomorrow as well. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you, Abhinav.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Let me stop the recording. Yeah, if there are any general questions, we are happy to spend 5-10 minutes more. You can still raise your queries. Yeah, let's say any questions.
Like
Let me see.
just a thing. Like, what if I miss any class? Will be having any
Yeah, we
recordings of
have a
that?
school. We have a school, right? We upload the everyday class recording to school. We give school recording access so that you can refer there. And once you pay for one batch, right, you are allowed to attend next two batches as well without cost. So even if you miss more classes due to some project work and all, you can join next batch as well, or you can refer recordings and you can get the knowledge. Both way
Yeah.
we have facility.
Is there any validity timeline for these recordings?
There is no validity for now. We try to help you as long as you need. But yeah, currently we are paying a yearly subscription for the school community. We'll let's say like you are allowed to view next 2 years. That's what I can promise.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm. Satish
I have
Kumar
a question.
Garu.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and Bhumeshwar.
Yeah. Actually, so what are the roles for the non-IT engineers? I mean, some people worked
Yeah,
on
there is
non-IT
no
roles.
non-IT or IT. Like AI is like needed for everyone,
Okay.
even for testing or BA, product owners, non-technical people. There is a huge demand. So, like I said, like if you know the prompt engineering, fine tuning of prompt engineering, creating bots concept, problem statement resolution using no code tools also. Things are like evolving now. Even if you take me Google Echo Studio or Wells Fargo, they are implementing huge Google AI tools. Like you don't need to write codes. So for every problem statement, they're building bots. They're building different AI concepts, leveraging AI automations, workflows automation into their current projects. So it's like I would say like huge opportunities for non-IT people as well. So now coding roles also reduced. Right? So there is no coding from scratch. You need to generate code using Claude and all. Even Claude is like leveraging in every organizations. So yeah, there is an opportunity. If you have knowledge, you can explore that knowledge into in your role on top of your current role, testing or BA. Somewhere it will benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they're not in IT sector at all. They are like a customer support kind of thing. Like, so how
No,
can they
not like
use it?
that.
Okay.
Not like that. So currently
All
AI
right.
tools are being used both in big IT projects also. They
Okay.
started using co-pilots. They started using LLMs concept. They started using RAG. They started using AI agentic framework. They started using MCPs for tool calling. So it's like evolving like very broadly. So it's better we learn and upgrade.
Okay. And one more thing is, how is it helpful in the GIS area?
GIS. So it's a good question. I think can I answer this question maybe next time, because even I'm not much aware of how this is helping for GIS, but I can help
Okay.
you in the next time. Okay, you can ping me
Okay.
offline.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah,
Thank
Raja
you.
garu.
Yeah, mainly for the cloud engineer. Like I'm from the Azure cloud engineer background. How like because I want to move to the next job. How do I proceed in the Gen AI space with the cloud Azure cloud engineer?
Yeah, that's a good question, Andy. So basically, your job is more to explore on the Azure OpenAI platform. Within Azure OpenAI, you may need to know supporting tools, Azure OpenAI services, especially AI services developed by Azure, like cognitive services, cognitive search, Azure language translator. There are big AI services. Maybe if you explore those services, it would benefit a lot for you, especially API management also. How business applications are leveraging Azure OpenAI as part of their business implementation. If you can concentrate on this and concentrate on AI certifications as well, Azure AI 900 and maybe AI 400 something is coming up. Along with that, you can start learning on cloud usage or maybe MCPs usage. How MCPs are really leveraging into Azure OpenAI, and then start implementing these AI agentic frameworks in Azure OpenAI like RAG. How chunking is happening in Azure OpenAI. Take small projects, start practice. We have like part of our course. Please try to listen, Andy.
But your course material is covers mainly on the Gen AI side, right? Not like with the Azure or Google Cloud tools.
No. We teach Google Vertex AI. We teach 1-2 projects on Azure OpenAI. We teach Amazon Bedrock also. There are upcoming sessions. Are you in batch 6 or batch 5?
No. I did not join any batch yet.
You didn't join it. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff in our course. That's where we teach like 3 months more. So currently in batch 6, we are teaching almost like foundation. We created almost now 50 plus hours. There are 10 more hours left. Then this July mid onwards, we start agentic AI frameworks till August end. It's like once you associate with, there are multiple things happen. we teach differently next batch as well with different use cases. Same concept we teach in different because we cannot teach all these combinations in 100 hours. So if you are a serious learner, you may need to join our boot camps, you may need to join our regular classes, you may need to join our career guidance sessions, you may need to join our interview. There are QA sessions we conduct weekly once. So all these like helps a lot.
How about
So
CV
this,
update and all those things?
CV updated, we help you. GitHub profile CV update, we help you, but you have to ping offline and catch a support engineer, they will help you.
How do we reach out to your team offline?
There are admin people in every group, so you can reach them. So every group I make them as admin. So you can ping any admin, or you can ping Apurop. Apurop is working in our company as a full-time employee, so he will help you. Apurop, can you ping your number also so that they'll.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
so you mentioned boot camps, right? Is it part of the course or is it separate?
Boot camps is kind of we conduct many awareness sessions. Like today we conducted 2 hours. Tomorrow we conduct 2 hours. These all will be access to our students, right? If you once associate with us, join our A Hub WhatsApp group. Join with us one time. It's not a big fee, right? So join with us one time. Just like keep learning. So we as like let's say if we take a 400 or $500, we teach 100 days regularly, but you are allowed to attend the next 100 days also next batch. You are allowed to attend our career sessions. You are allowed to get access to our GitHub projects. You are allowed to get access to our pre-recorded session of previous batch, current batch. That itself you have like 200 plus recordings, right? So it's
Yes,
all
yes.
your energy, like how you spend and how you utilize your time. But from our side, we give access.
Okay. So including the
Yeah.
boot camps too.
Including the boot camps, including DL, ML, machine learning algorithms, almost like 40 hours we have. Everything we give
Okay.
access in school community so that you will get
So,
access.
okay. What is the recent project you did on boot camp? In boot camp?
Projects we teach 6 use cases we teach in
That is
projects.
part of the course, right?
Part of the
What about
course.
the boot
For
camp?
boot camps, we teach Langgraph. We teach one project. We teach RAG, implementing RAG in Azure OpenAI. We teach end-to-end projects. So we teach like common concepts of Langgraph, LangChain, Crew AI. We teach some no-code tools. So there are so many boot camps we conducted. When I look at last year, this year, like 100 plus hours boot camps we conducted. If you go to our YouTube, go to live. Recently, we conducted 6 weeks of boot camps, like 30
Okay.
plus hours. And last year, October 2000, if you go to our playlist in YouTube, October 2025 live boot camps, you can refer 20 plus hours there also. There we explained about how we teach on the agentic frameworks and all. You can just refer those. Just like in YouTube, type our company name KKR Gen Ai. That's it. You will get that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Yeah, I think you are feel free to exit and enjoy your long weekend. If there are any questions, you can stay back. We can spend any general questions related to upcoming batch. Please stay back. For the existing students, we can drop off. You don't need to. Anyway, you are attending the classes. Please join tomorrow also because these are very important classes. It's difficult to catch these kind of experienced mentors outside, like Sri Paul, Abhinav, Shaker Master. So all these are very good experienced people. If you guys are listening Shaker Master classes, so he will be taking up 30%, 50% of the course he will be taking up in the upcoming batch, August 1st batch. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, everyone. We are closing now since nobody raising the hand. Thank you.